Hello there, in this video I'm going to review the Hear On 2 Bluetooth wireless headphones by Sony. This is a little bit confusing because these are also referred to as the H900N Bluetooth headphones. It's just a very confusing naming scheme, and I wish companies wouldn't use stupid naming because it makes it difficult to find the products, find the best products. But anyway, this is the specific product that I'm going to review in this video. You can expect to pay between £150 and £200 for these Bluetooth headphones. As always, shop around, and I will leave a link down below to these headphones on Amazon and also probably on eBay as well. So these headphones, which are here, this isn't actually the first pair of Bluetooth headphones that I've ever owned. I owned some about 10 years ago and I was a bit disappointed. I've always thought that wired headphones are better because they haven't got to sort of compress the sound in order to send it wirelessly to the headphones. And also with old Bluetooth headphones you used to have to charge them all the time. The pairing would drop if you left the room, and then you'd have to go through quite a complicated procedure to get them to repair. So I took a bit of a risk in buying these Bluetooth headphones, which I bought around Christmas time, just to see whether or not they're any good, whether or not the technology has improved. And I can tell you, before I go through the features on this in more detail, I think these headphones are absolutely excellent. I'm really glad I bought them. These are superb headphones, and I'm going to talk you through the features and what I like and also don't like about them. Here's the box, this way round, nice presentation and everything, very Apple-esque as a lot of companies adopt now. You'd think you'd open the box from the top, but you actually open it from the bottom, and there is a little indication there. I bet a number of people have just torn the box open in anger. We get this nice sort of display box. This is where obviously the headphones were stored, and then in there we got some instructions. We've got the little charging cable and also the 3.5mm jack cable as well. So let's actually talk a little bit about the headphones. So firstly, the way these headphones look. These are a sort of gold colour, and my hair's stuck in the top there. I think they're quite attractive headphones. Now, looking on Amazon, they do actually sell a sort of light orange, a grey pair, a slightly sort of bluish grey pair, a black pair. So they sell lots of different colours of these to suit your style or whatever. I always used to get black headphones. I thought it was time to try something a little bit different. And you know, I'm quite happy with this sort of gold design here. How do they look on? Now, bear in mind that not only do I look stupid normally anyway, I look especially stupid when I wear headphones. So let's see what they look like. Well, I think they look alright actually. What? I haven't got my glasses on. You can wear glasses with these headphones. These headphones have a sort of spongy top here, and also spongy cups, I believe they're called, here as well, so they are comfortable to wear. They don't dig in to your head. They're also articulated in several ways to suit different head shapes and head sizes. So firstly, as is standard with a lot of headphones, extendable. The cups can also pivot like this, both of them, and obviously like that as well. And they actually do something else which I haven't seen any headphones do actually. They also completely collapse like that. And they actually come with a little carrying bag. Obviously, one of the most space inconvenient things about headphones is that they usually have a great big dead space in the middle there. So this gets round that. This is quite a superficial thing, but I like the fact that L and R are colour-coded inside, so you can quickly see which way round you should be putting them on your head. Although, actually, what I find is the buttons, one of the cups has the kind of control buttons on, and I always look for that one and put that on the left hand side. So on that topic, there are actually some buttons on the side here. I learnt the controls quite quickly. I did need to use the instructions. They weren't that self-explanatory, to be honest, but there are only 2 buttons, and actually once you kind of learnt the features, and I think I'll go through them now actually just so that you know what they do. You know, it is actually really straightforward to use. So on the bottom here we have an input. So this is actually for 3.5mm cable if you want to use these as wired headphones. I thought I might do that. There's absolutely no need to. On the subject of battery life, you do get apparently about 28 hours battery life using these headphones. I think I can confirm that. They do take a while to charge, 4 hours or something I've found, but you do get a huge amount of battery life. But yeah, so there's that, and the box does actually include a 3.5mm cable in it. There's also a USB charging port there. They give you the charging cable, but they don't actually give you the USB wall adapter. We've got the power button. If we hold that in, hopefully you heard that. So there's a little lady inside these headphones, so they're excellent value for money. She talks to you and tells you that they're on. She'll also tell you the battery level. Battery level medium. When they're fully charged, she's a little bit too optimistic. I don't know if that's a criticism or not, but she says battery level high, which is kind of nice to listen to, but it's a little bit odd. But anyway, she tells you what the level of the battery is. And then there's also another sort of function button up the top here. And there's kind of 3 modes, basically. There is ambient sound. There's a little microphone on these headphones. So if you press the ambient sound mode and somebody's talking to you, then you can actually hear them through the earpieces. Usually, obviously, when you've got headphones on, it blocks out sound. So off just means that they're working as normal headphones. Noise cancelling. This actually seems to work really, really well. It's better, to be honest, if you're actually listening to music. If you're listening to music, it really does block out a lot of the ambient sound. I've had somebody in a different room shouting my name out at 130 decibels, and I've only just about heard them eventually. When you're not listening to music, it sounds a little bit like sort of marbles rolling around, but it does have a noise cancelling effect still. So you could probably use these on an aeroplane. So they're the basic sort of buttons and things that I use on a daily basis when using these headphones, but there is another cool feature on this. This cup here actually has a sort of touch screen on it. If you slide up, can you hear? It's beeping. That's because this is actually, you can swipe up to increase volume, swipe down to decrease, and in certain applications, you know, the usual sort of thing like Spotify or iTunes or whatever, you can actually go to the next track, to the previous track, and pause by tapping. And I think if you've got this paired with a mobile phone, although, you know, I don't know why people do that really, but you could use these as a Bluetooth headset and actually answer or reject a call using these controls here. In terms of the Bluetooth functionality, pairing is really straightforward. You just hold this button here for I think 3 seconds or something, and then it says Bluetooth pairing, and then you use your Bluetooth device and pair as you usually would. There is a near field communication logo here. Never really got the hang of near field communication. If you can work that, then pairing should be as straightforward as tapping this against your phone. Now obviously I can't actually play you music and have you judge whether or not you think it's good, so to some extent you're going to have to take my word for it. Well, I have to say that I think the sound from these headphones is absolutely spectacular. I wouldn't have believed it, actually. I always judge it by kind of listening to tracks that I've had in my music collection for a long time. You know, obviously well-produced tracks, not a track from the 1910s or something that doesn't sound very good anyway. And if I can hear sort of new sounds and nuances in the track that I haven't heard before, I always think, well, that must be a good pair of headphones. Now, I always used to buy headphones just based on the range of frequency responses, so whether or not they could play very deep sounds or very high-pitched sounds. But actually the frequency response between the maximum and minimum frequencies is quite important, and I did a bit of research in advance, and actually these headphones do have a very good frequency response. I'm extremely happy with the sound quality. I use these for listening to music, I use them for listening to YouTube, and I didn't think I would actually. I was slightly worried that this would be another one of those technology items that just ends up sitting on a desk and I don't use it for 6 months until I eventually sell it at half the value I bought it for. But in actual fact, these wireless headphones, because the battery lasts so long and the quality is so good, I find myself always picking these up and putting them on. They're so easy to pair. I just literally turn them on and they pair automatically. I'm absolutely in love with these headphones. But just to be sort of balanced in this review, there are a couple of things that aren't so great. The charge time is quite long. I'm sure it's taken like 4 hours to charge them, which seems like quite a long time to me. The second thing is that people in the same room as you, if you've got the sound particularly high, they are going to be able to hear what you're listening to. They don't shield the sound that well. I don't know how it escapes because they fit quite snugly around your ears. Before I forget, there is actually an app for these headphones for your Android or iPhones that allow you to change some of the settings on these headphones. You know, you can choose lots of different sort of bass responses. I think there's even an equalizer in there, but I really don't get on with the app that well because I tend to use these on my Mac. There isn't an app for the Mac. And when you change the settings using the app, they don't actually kind of upload and stay on the headphones. Those settings are only active while you've got the app active on your smart device. So it's kind of a bit pointless, really. So the app, I'm not that big a fan of. I just think that as headphones, these are very good. Value for money, though they are quite expensive headphones, but there probably are more expensive ones. I'm going to leave a link to these headphones down below if you want to check these out for yourself. If you've got any questions about them, leave them down below and I'll do my best to answer them. Thanks for watching. Do subscribe if you enjoy my videos, and I shall see you next time for another video.